A major absent AEW star was backstage at last weekend's Collision. Also, we have the latest on a returning Raw superstar, and an ex-WWE star is planning a comeback after 11 years away from wrestling. It's all in the wrestling news. Hello everyone, Jack and Ross back again with more wrestling news. Very exciting news for people from this part of the world.
Way aye, bonny lads.
As Pfeiffer reported that Pac was backstage at AEW Dynamite this past week. PW Insider said the Pac was also around on Saturday.
Yeah, this is the quote from them saying, Pac was backstage at last night's or Saturday's AEW Collision taping and was working out in the ring before the taping, so he's back stateside and will be back soon.
That's very exciting because he's been gone for what feels like a long time now.
I can't remember the last time he wrestled.
No, I also can't remember the last time he wrestled.
Put it in the comments down there.
I'm sure cagematch.net will have the answers, but Pac is someone they can slot into like a main event feud, a tag feud, a trios feud. He's such a versatile player for AEW, and it's mad that he hasn't been used as often. Is it because he lives over here and he doesn't want to go over there full time?
Potentially. I don't know what his schedule looks like, but it's high time he just becomes a proper, bastard, as he likes to call himself, but, a proper singles heel run for Pac. We had a little bit at the start of the company, but they didn't go too far with it. Then the pandemic hit, which ruined everything. Yeah. And then he was in with Penta and Ray, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Big old Ray.
But I think you're right. I agree. He's best as a heel doing a solo run. He showed that in WWE. He showed that in Dragon Gate as well, I believe. He's done it before, and he's really, really good at it. And he had that clean win over Kenny Omega early on as well.
Yes, he did. Remember that? I haven't thought about that since you just said that. Well, ever. I've never thought about that. Wow.
It's unrelated, but also, according to PW Insider, Earl Hebner, who just released an official autobiography, was visiting backstage as well. So.
Insert joke here about selling knockoff versions of his own autobiography then, I guess.
Yes, although he recently clarified, I guess he was doing a press run to promote this autobiography. He said that wasn't the reason, and he claimed that WWE wanted rid of Dave Hebner, and he was collateral damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, that's his version of events.
Revoke that joke.
Yes.
Move on.
Now we have an update on this rumoured or reported Vince McMahon Netflix documentary series that's set to chronicle the entire life of Vince McMahon, and that's apparently going to be out sooner than it initially appeared.
Yeah, it's been in the works for over 3 years and was apparently going to be released back in 2022, but then some things happened involving Vince McMahon, as we've reported on a lot over the past couple of years, and that meant the sort of release date for this got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. It was still to be confirmed to be in production in January of last year, with Bill Simmons providing the last sort of public update on where we're at with this documentary on his Ringer show, noting that last October McMahon got a look at all the clips, which I don't like personally. Because he can go, I don't like that one, I don't like that one. You should redo that one, you should say this that way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, does that suggest that he'll have influence over what they say? Yeah. Dave Meltzer has now noted that it'll be available to watch soon. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, he said, "Today I went to Los Angeles to do a Netflix taping, about Vince McMahon. I guess what I can say, because I'm not supposed to say much about it, is the Netflix series is going to be out sooner than you think. I guess that's the best way to put it." He says, "I know the date. I'll be able to release the date pretty soon. It's soon. It's a big freaking deal. They've interviewed all kinds of people. I was told the most interesting person they've interviewed is Vince McMahon."
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah, nice one, Meltzer. He says it's covering the whole life of Vince. I've been asked about every single subject that you can think of regarding Vince McMahon, from childhood to practically last week. Covered everything. I've done multiple tapings for this. This one was more to catch up on everything that's happened since the last taping. So they've done sessions with Meltzer and presumably a lot of other people as well.
Presumably this is going to be longer than insert the longest TV series in history then.
I know, yeah. There's certainly enough ground to cover.
Vince is going on 80. He's lived several lives. Obviously, over the past couple of years, that's a whole new series there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's going to be looking like.
I think it'll be very interesting, whether or not whether it's too flattering towards Vince or whether it's quite brutally honest. I think it'll be, as you say, there's so many things he's done and so many things he's been part of, positive and negative.
I think it'll scratch the surface just off the back of what Bill Simmons said last autumn. Just the fact that Vince can go, yes, I've seen that, but I've seen that. It doesn't fill me with hope that'll be a truly objective piece.
Even if it's not, right, I was thinking this. Do you think because Netflix has such a big global reach, it could make... I know that people outside of wrestling are vaguely aware of Vince McMahon as the eccentric head of WWE, but do you think it might make people realise, oh no, he is properly weird? Like a lot of mainstream
it's to tell
people. The
story properly, yeah. I mean, there'll be sympathy early on with obviously his upbringing and the stories with his dad, his
biological father.
His biological father, that's the right one. And then obviously getting kicked out the army, that'll turn things the other way. And then the stuff going through wrestling, that'll just make people think he's weird. And then that stuff will make you think a different way. So it's going to be a roller coaster if they tell the story properly. So hopefully they do.
Hopefully they do. Speaking of people who've been absent from AEW, moving back to that sort of region of news now. Fightful Select have been reporting that last night Parker Boudreaux was backstage at the AEW Dynamite Homecoming show, visiting friends and co-workers. Boudreaux hasn't appeared on AEW TV in months and was healing up an injury. However, we've not heard of any imminent creative plans for Parker.
I'll tell you what you do. You just dress him like Brock Lesnar, since he's one of the few humans who looks like Brock Lesnar, and just sort of, if he can wrestle, have him wrestle like Brock Lesnar, and then see what he can do. Because so far we've had two sort of starts. NXT, where he was Haaland, and he was bald, and he was wearing a prison outfit. He was the modern day Nails. That went nowhere. Then he went to AEW in the Trust Busters, and that went nowhere. So it just feels like just strip everything back. Everyone says, like every wrestling fan, I should say, just goes, "This guy looks like Brock Lesnar." They're not. Like, there's not a lot of Brock Lesnar lookalikes, is there? Just
no, not at all.
Have them flatten little people.
Was he part of Mogul Embers? Was he part of one of Swerve's?
Potentially,
henchmen?
yeah. He seemed to dot around a few stables, didn't he, at the
him and
start?
Trench. Get Trench back in as well.
That's about Trench.
I think it was you who...
I thought he was called French. That's how much
about Parker Boudreaux. It was you pointing out that he seems to have quite a lot of industry, like music industry connections and stuff.
He's big on the gram, isn't he?
Right.
On the Instagram.
Yes.
Not any other kind of gram.
No.
Saucy. But yeah, he seems to just be one of those influencer types. I don't know what he's influencing. I don't know, but it just seems like there's something there to be capitalised on. But so far, 2 runs in different companies haven't made anything happen yet.
Fair enough. Over on the WWE side of things, excuse me, another star is preparing for a return, according to PW Insider.
Yeah, Sonya Deville, who was last seen in Birmingham, Alabama, has been back at the Performance Center over the last several days. She's recovering from an ACL test suffered in August of 2023. Congratulations to Sonya and her partner. I saw the celebrations over the weekend. Liv Morgan was there. Mandy Rose was there. I assume other people were there. That would have been a very small celebration if it was just those 4.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, congratulations to them. And also, I'm quite torn on Sonya Deville's potential return, but potentially quite soon, because I don't know whether I'd rather... I thought she was really good in her sort of authority figure role, but I felt like she was being used a bit wrong, because I want to see the MMA Sonya Deville, the fire of Fire and Desire. Would you agree?
Yeah. It just felt a bit weird that she was in that role. I can't remember how she got in that role.
No.
But it didn't feel like natural. It feels a bit like Ava in NXT.
Right.
We know how Ava got there, but for the last couple of months we've been wondering, how did Ava get there?
Yeah.
But I would, just have her kick people's heads off.
I think so as well, unless it was her decision to take a more reduced role, wrestle less often and being more of an authority figure role. But I agree, I'd like to see her kick some ass once again. Someone else who'll be kicking ass again, potentially very soon, is Gabby Tuft, who previously wrestled in WWE as Tyler Rex. She's been training for an in-ring return. Gabby came out as a transgender woman in 2021 and has been very open in recent months about her former life as Tyler Rex in WWE. She posted a video yesterday from the Rhodes Wrestling Academy with the caption, "It's been 11 years since I've been in a ring. This is day 1.
That hints at a comeback, so it does.
It does, but I don't know where potentially she might crop up. Anywhere.
Just because it's Dustin, you'd assume maybe AEW at the time being, but then you got to think, we had a video last week on the channel looking at the contract expiry date of certain wrestlers. Dustin's on there this year. He could potentially go somewhere else. Does that mean his students go, is that like a feeding ground for the new company that Dustin works for? You know what I mean?
Were we talking recently about whether or not Cody's still affiliated with that training school?
I think that was the same video.
Oh.
I can't remember,
I
think Cody is though, isn't he?
Yes, I think so as well. It seems like something he'd be reluctant to give up, even though he's moved to WWE.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about that Vince McMahon documentary.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yes. Are you going to watch The Iron Claw?
Yes, I am.
Yes. I don't know. I think it comes out like next month.
I'll be going to the film festival in October. What was it called again?
The BFI Film Festival.
The BFI Film Festival, yes. Where we can all legally watch all the films. I
watched one last year and it was great. Someone pointed out that there was a podcast on the same day and I didn't seem particularly rushed. That's because I had my travel booked well in advance. And I knew I was going to make it to the screening on time. Thank you very much for watching this news video, and check out our news video earlier on today as well on this very channel. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below, and we'll see you very soon.